When you work in an organization, you need one another. There's no work that can be done just on your own. You need one another. And you must know how to work with your colleagues to get the job done in order to achieve the goals and the vision of what you set out to do. Okay? So if you think that, wow, superhero, go, you know, I'm going to do this. You need the whole team, okay, to work together with you. Ultimately, we want to build a strong society, we want to build strong families, and it actually have to, and the social workers have a very vital role to do that, to shape things and to mold it, you know. If you leave it to the CCs and all that to do it, I'm not sure, because most of the activities that they organize is quite passive in nature, all right? And with an educated population, people want interaction. They want to be heard, all right? They want to be involved, and they want to participate. So the level of engagement is very different. It's a different ball game now. If you go on this mode of just, I tell you, you do, I don't think many people will come around to buy in what you're saying. So probably the next level will be moving into getting people to be concerned about the issues, all right, and getting them to come up with ideas even as to how to address it. Then there's ownership to want to do something about it.
Sometimes in today's social service, when I hear comment like that, my heart breaks. And one of the comments I hear is, we are vendors. We are subcontractor. Because most of the agency, I suspect, majority of the agency you work with, my Montfort Care is the same. It's the same, that we actually get in a lot of funding from government. Of course, government accountability have given all the KPI, all this, then you follow. So at the end of the day, you lost your ownership and you lost that, what is that called? Sometimes we lost the passion after a long while. And I see so many come in to the sector, work for a few years, decided to leave. And I think, actually, honestly speaking, not a bad thing, because sometimes you need to experience it, then you realize, oh, wrong fit and all this, then you exit. But what makes me heartbreak is a lot of people leave with a disillusion, thinking that, and then a few I've encountered, a few of them after that, you see the passion and all this dry off. For originally coming, walao chiong we want to, very missionary-minded, and all this, when they left, bullshit social work. And I think that is very sad. So while on one hand, we need to get our act together, on the other hand, I think, that, we need to ask ourselves this question. What can we do? Do we need to change ourselves? And do we need to take ownership with the changes?
Social work trained people doing policy work is important, because if we do not have social work people doing policy work in the country, you will have social policies made by people who are engineering trained, accounting trained, economics trained. I don't need to say very much. You would know for sure how important it is that if you really truly believe in making social policies, good social policies for the country, then you better make sure there are a few social science people in the pool.
And what I learned doing homeless policies is that actually every policy has a good intent. Nobody creates a policy to kill anybody or actually for the harm of the society. There was a lot of struggles with HDB MND. You will listen to MND, if I'm an MND officer, I say, yeah, makes a lot of sense what you say. And then you are here, MSF, yeah, makes a lot of sense. Because there are really different policy perspectives and policy intent, and how best to make that balance to help the persons that need some of this help.
Watch out for people with 2 to 4 years old. If you are a leader, 2 to 4 year old is the time. After they learn a little bit thing, they itchy already. So you must do something, plan something to keep them occupied, or give them some change. He used the word GEESE, G-E-E-S-E, GEESE. It stands for acronym to guide. So as a supervisor, you ask yourself here, do you guide your supervisees? Do you empathize? And I talk about empathy really means see from their worldview and all that. Do you energize? Now, can you imagine if you are going through a phase, you every day go to work, drag to work, how to go and energize, right? So as a supervisor, you also must go and find something to inject yourself, booster. So in any case, you need to find ways to continue the kind of passion and things. Because if you lose it, it's very hard. And you need a lot of awareness. So the other thing about synergizing also, so he talks about, as a leader, you also need to help them work in teams and all that, right? And I really love the last one, embolden. Remember just now I talked about the courage and all those things? So it's important to help your supervisees have the confidence, to understand, to have the courage to do things. Then I developed a goose also. What is the role of the supervisee? You must be very clear what is your goal, right? So that you both can work together. And then I think the supervisee also needs to be very open-minded. I sometimes see that the supervisee these days are really very bright, very confident. But some of them also think that they're up there also, not so open. Like that is not so good. So I think it is important to have an open mind to receive feedback. And the O that I talk about, opportunities, actually there are many avenues to serve and to learn. To grab opportunity to be exposed. And then I think as a supervisee, you also then serve, just do. In this world, nothing is fair. If you are very calculative, who's the one losing? You do more, won't die one. It's your own benefit. And evaluate and be empowered.
One of the new things I've, like many of you, come to really believe in is strength-based. When you work with multiple stressed families, you want to go and look for problems and deficits. You have a long, long, long list. Somehow as social workers, we are always trained to look at a deficit. We're always looking at a half-empty glass. And you found so many that sometimes we feel overwhelmed. Not only the family feel overwhelmed, we feel disempowered. But we always forget that coexisting with a half-empty glass is also a half-full glass of strengths, assets, that belongs to the individuals, that belongs to the family, that belongs to the community. Collectively, if you pull these assets together, they are the ones that you can leverage on to deal with the problems that the community face. And there are many, many assets as we go around. As the social workers bring their camera and bring their eyes, open your eyes and look for assets in the community, you realize that there are many assets that are often not recognized and, of course, not tapped.
In a caring profession like social work, knowledge and specialized skills are inadequate if one does not possess the basic qualities of compassion, empathy, sensitivity, and a sustained real interest of concern for our clients whom we choose to serve.